What is going on, everybody? Opinionated Hammer here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. This time it's a match review of the Manchester United game. We've just drawn 0-0 away at Old Trafford. An excellent draw, probably deserved all 3 points, but we'll talk a bit more about that later on in the video. But nevertheless, an excellent point to get. I don't know what it is with Man U. That's another 0-0 draw for them. They will not be happy. But it didn't start off well for us either. When the team news came out that Lanzini wasn't in it, everyone was like a bit like, "What? Where is he?" He wasn't in. He wasn't on the bench either. So it was clear that Bilic didn't drop him. That it was an injury problem, and that was confirmed later on when Lanzini was. We were told that Lanzini had picked up an injury in training on Friday, the day before, so he weren't available. But hopefully he'll be back for the Stoke game next week, and then our injury list continues to grow, with Moses picking up an injury in the game about half an hour on the clock. He pulled his hamstring. Not sure how he did it. He might have just pulled it whilst running for the ball, which is probably the most likely thing. But if it is a significant one, that'll keep him out for about 6 weeks, which isn't good. But hopefully it's not as bad as it looks, and it'll probably be 3 or 4 weeks. If not, it'll be 6, which isn't good. But Antonio came on. I thought he did okay. Didn't do too much to impress me, but it was an alright performance to do that away at Old Trafford, to get that many minutes. He hasn't had that many, so he just needs to be eased into the fold, and hopefully we'll start getting the best out of him soon. As for our man of the match, it's got to be Winston Reid, 100%. Everyone's raving about this guy on social media, and rightly so. He was absolutely brilliant. Really good performance from Winston Reid, and he's shown everyone what he can do once again. We all know what he's like. He's really underrated in the Premier League, but I've said it before, he is up there with the best centre backs in the league by far, 100%. Smalling had a good game on the other side. Carroll did well against him, but Smalling, yeah, him and Smalling are up there with the best centre backs at the moment. But Reid doesn't get the recognition he deserves, which is a shame. But it's good for us because we know how good he is and what he can do in matches. And he's shown it again. He won every tackle, was intercepting balls, taking it out from the defence, going on runs, beating a few people and passing it. It was the all-round performance from him, and he nearly got a goal. A header from a corner hit the post in the first half. And just before that, we'd hit the post as well. So we could have been 2-0 up by that point. And Moses had a chance. So we could have been 3-0 up in the first 35-40 minutes of the game. But luck wasn't on our side, and yeah, just before Reid hit the post in the build up to it, Cresswell put a nice ball in from the left into Zarate, and I don't know whether Smalling or Zarate got the last touch, but it came off the post. As you can sort of see, it's going towards the post now, and it went out for a corner. And we were really unlucky not to score a goal in this game. I think it would have been a Smalling own goal. I think he got the last touch on it, but we kept going. We didn't sit off. We kept going throughout the game, creating chances. Zarate had one in the second half that he probably should have scored. But 2 controversial points in the game. The first one was with this, when Schweinsteiger elbowed Reid in the face off the ball, and he knew exactly what he was doing, but the officials claimed they never saw anything. I don't know how the linesman hasn't picked up on it, because it was just before the free kick was played. And they've got away with one there, because if the ref sees that, that's a red card. They're down to 10 men, and we were really looking good on the attack. And just after this, sorry, Fellaini, you can't really see it in this picture, but he stamped down after this bit on Tompkins. Really, really nasty challenge. But again, the officials saw nothing, and that should have been a red card all day long. I really hate Fellaini. He's such a dirty little player, that he gets away with all this sort of elbows in the face and stuff like that, and he's just left his ankle. It's sort of bent sideways, Tompkins' ankle, from the stamp, and it looked really painful. He was lucky to not come away with it with an injury, but not even a red card. They should have had at least one sending off in the game. But luck was, again, as I said, luck wasn't on our side, and we didn't get the decisions that we probably should have had. And if we did, we probably would have gone on to win the game. But again, you can't really say that. As for the player ratings, Adrian 8 out of 10. Really solid performance from him. When he when it was only had one shot on target throughout the whole game, and when he needed to save it, he did. He was collecting the ball well. There was one cross where he should have come for the ball, and he didn't. But his overall game was very impressive. Keeping the back four nice and tight, pushing them, telling them to push up, telling them to drop, organising them, and he has been one of our best keepers in recent years, and hopefully we can keep on to him for a bit longer, because other clubs will come looking for him because he's an excellent keeper, and he's been doing really well for us this season. Moving on to the back four, Tompkins filled in at right back for Jenkinson. I thought that was the right decision from Bilic. 8 out of 10 for him. He put in an excellent performance at right back. Not much got past him, other than when our wingers were lazy and they overlapped him. As for our centre-back pairing, Reed, 9 out of 10. Absolutely excellent performance. Man of the match, as we said. Ogbonna, 7 out of 10. Very, very good performance from him. But there was a couple of times where he gave the ball away sloppily and held onto the ball a bit too long, trying to overplay in areas that we shouldn't. But overall, he was very good as well. Cresswell, 7 out of 10 as well. But Cresswell's slowly getting there. I'm not seeing it with Jenkinson yet, but Cresswell's definitely discovering better form at the moment. He's getting more confident. He's running past players. He's putting in some good crosses, and that's the Cresswell we want to see. So I've given him out of 7 out of 10. And our whole back four looks so much better today than when Jenkinson's been in it. And I think this is our best back four we can possibly have. So Bilic should stick with this. Jenkinson will get his time, and when he does, he'll have to take it. As for our midfield, Song, 7 out of 10. Got 75 minutes under his belt, which was very, very, very pleasing to see. And he put in a very good performance. A bit sloppy in places, but that will improve as his fitness gets better and he comes more sharp on the ball. Kouyaté and Noble, they've been two of our outstanding performers this season, especially in the big games, and they delivered again. They were breaking up the play, organising everyone, keeping the shape nice and tight, and when we were attacking, they were bombing forward, and we were getting forward in numbers, which was pleasing to see, and they were supporting Carroll up top, and that's what Carroll needs. He needs support, he needs other people to bring into the play, and then spin off and then sort of start the counter attack if we're going to play like that. And it worked nicely. We just couldn't get the final goal that we needed to win the game, but we were unlucky. But them three in midfield look very good, and Obiang still in contention to get in that solid three. So it's looking good. We've got depth, we've got strength. Everyone's performing well now. The performances are rising, as you can see here. Noble, 8 out of 10. He's just come back from suspension, which is good to see. As for Moses, 5 out of 10. He should have scored. He was 1-on-1 after 10-15 minutes with De Gea, and he put it straight at him. Then he came off after half hour with an injury, so you can't really judge how his performance went over the game because he wasn't on for as long as everyone else. Zarate, 8 out of 10, looked very dangerous on that left-hand side. He's definitely coming into form, and he's proving to Bilic what he can do. And when he does start, he puts in excellent performances. And he should have got himself a goal today, but he's come out on Twitter and apologised. But there's nothing to apologise for. He's had an excellent game away at Old Trafford. Just couldn't get the luck we needed to score. But 8 out of 10 from him. And Carroll looked much better. 7 out of 10 today. Winning headers, keeping the ball, bringing other people into play. And that's what we want to see from Carroll. That's what all West Ham fans want to see if he is going to stay in this West Ham team. So he's going to have to prove himself over these next few weeks before the window opens. As for Antonio, 6 out of 10. That's not a bad performance. That's an okay performance away at Old Trafford. He filled in nicely after half hour and got 60 minutes under his belt, which he'll be delighted about probably. And he might get a start against Stoke, so we'll have to see. So he put an average performance in today. Obiang came on for 15 minutes, didn't do anything wrong, but 15 minutes, you can't really say he's done 10 out of 10. So 6 out of 10 for him. Jenkinson only came on for the last 5 minutes at left wing, so I can't really give him a rating because he came on and did one of the most theatrical dives I've ever seen. It was so funny. It's just, he's just a laugh, isn't he, Jenks? But yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. A 0-0 draw at Old Trafford. I will take that. If you have liked the video, please do leave a like, subscribe for more, and comment down below. and I will catch you in the next video.